other states, the option to reserve your entity name before actually completing the rest of your application, typically that's kind of just a luxury that's offered. You can pay a premium fee and they'll register the name for you, essentially as a means to avoid someone else snatching that name before you can complete the rest of the application process. However, in Colorado, this is actually a mandatory step to forming any type of entity. This will be one of the first things that you want to accomplish whenever you're thinking about forming an entity. So to get started, what you have to do is go to the Colorado Secretary of State website, and from there you're going to search the business database. So once you've made sure that the name you have selected isn't already in use, you'll then have to make a decision about the type of filing that you're going to be doing, whether it's for an individual, a non-reporting entity, an estate, a trust, or a state or other jurisdiction. So if you're following along using the startabusiness.org webpage, from there you're going to want to make the decision. If it's an individual, go directly to step 3. If it's a non-reporting entity, go to step 4. And for an estate, a trust, a state, or other jurisdiction, go to step 5. Luckily, the steps are pretty much exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the makeup of the actual form that you're going to be filling out. So I'll just show you how to get it done by using the first one, an individual. So after you've proven that the name you have selected is available for use, what you're going to do is complete the statement of trade name form to the best of your ability. So on the very first page, what you're going to have to enter is the last name of the individual delivering the statement, first name of the individual delivering the statement, the address, city, state, zip/postal code, and the country. On the second page, you're going to enter the trade name, a brief description of the kind of business transacted, whether you wish for the filing to take effect immediately. This option essentially lets you postpone the filing of your application. And then the last thing that you have to do on page number 2 is decide whether any additional information is going to be included in a separate attachment to the document. On page 3, you have a couple basic decisions to make. You essentially decide whether you would like to have correspondence be conducted via email. You just click yes or no and enter your email if you do decide yes. Then after that, what you have to enter is the true name and the true mailing address of the individual causing the document to be delivered. Now lastly, what you're going to do is read the disclaimer at the bottom of the form and click the submit button. So all of those steps should be about the same for each entity type that you would be attempting to reserve the name for. And lastly, and this applies to each of the steps, to each of the entity types that you'd be reserving the name for, the very last step is to pay the filing fee. Now for the name reservation, the filing fee is $20, and like all of the other applications to form an entity in Colorado, this payment needs to be made electronically at the moment of submitting your application. So once you click submit on the actual web form, you'll be brought to a secondary page that will ask you for your electronic payment information. Once that's completed, you can expect to wait anywhere from 5 to 15 business days for your application to be processed. And that's about it. So that was how to reserve a business entity name in the state of Colorado. Hope it helped.